Welcome to the latest edition of Getting Engaged.
Online, in life, and at work.
I'm Russel Lolacher.
I'm Yukari, Peerless.
And we've got pretty backgrounds. Reason why is, where the hell are we?
We're in a TicTalking office.
And why is there a quiet mute man that's sitting beside you? Who is he?
Who is he?
I'm Jose Albis.
We're in the TicTalking offices, and what is TicTalking and what the hell does it have to do with getting engaged, and why is Jose sitting with us? Well, these are all really good questions.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you tick is really the big question.
Mm-hmm.
Engaging. So it's about what may be the catalyst to conversation, and that has a lot to do with TicTalking. So maybe before we jump into what TicTalking is,
right,
we'll talk about what makes you tick and sort of what starts a conversation.
Again, like no script, so you just throw it at.
Absolutely, I don't.
What makes you tick?
Like what would be something that you would? What makes you tick? Like what invigorates you, Yukari?
Bad grammar.
Bad grammar. I'm guessing it pisses her off. Not something you get really happy about.
No,
it's not a passion.
Happy. Not happy in the wrong way. It ticks me in the wrong way, right?
Okay, so ticked off more than
off.
okay.
That's right. That's
okay.
right.
All right.
So some ESL moments.
It is still a tick. I mean,
it is
right,
absolutely.
It's,
absolutely.
A tick is anything basically that triggers a conversation and that engages you enough that you will continue and feed it somehow, either to get some positive to support someone in the process. It's a way of generating value if you think about it.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It is something in common that you take an action on, and therefore you engage. So there's a value generation in that moment.
So basically what we should take a couple steps back here. TicTalking is a new social platform. We're not going to get too much into it because it's still rolling out.
Yeah,
and,
it's a social technology or platform. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a network. We don't want to commit to anything. We're trying to do something different.
Okay, so let's talk about from an engagement standpoint. New kid on the block. You've got that tick sort of being a little different. In the tick is sort of what the whole platform is sort of centered around. When it comes to engagement, what is the sort of catalyst for engagement? Those ticks, as it were.
Well, the way that we're designing themes and subjects to trigger a conversation is it's a degree deeper than what currently social networks offer.
Okay.
And I don't want to say too much, but basically it's around the why.
Okay.
All subjects carry a why,
absolutely.
A reason to be.
That sounds my favorite question. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So the way that happens is like naturally, when a subject has a why, it triggers a tick, a deeper something that has an emotional reaction, triggers something in the body, the mind, the emotion that invites people to engage in a very easy way.
Okay. So, for example, like what's an example of how your platform would use this?
Well, if you are someone that is interested in film, for example, the way that you share film is not just, I'm just going to be talking about film.
Right.
You're talking about film because there is something of value to you, and it's in the value itself that actually others connect to that subject rather than just because of film.
It would be almost like taking a film course or a film. There'd be like just sort of like you'd have like-minded individuals that will dig in rather than, hey, that last movie was awesome, Titanic sucked, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
It would be like this type of film or film. It's important to me because I enjoy film. I would like to talk about film because of this, and which has much more motion than just someone's talking about film.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Well, I mean, that's obviously, I think that's one of the best ways to engage is if you're meeting new people or you're talking or starting a conversation. Right. Generally, if it's around something you're already passionate and love a lot, it's a lot easier to talk to other people about. So it's a nice way to engage if you already give a crap about what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Which basically is like correlating interests.
Okay.
And because you like, for example, a particular type of film,
right? And
it could be, if it's French, probably you're also relating it to something related to France.
Okay. Okay.
And then what that builds, it's a much more a richer way of engaging.
Okay. Okay. So just because we get to be all mysterious here and we can't dig into TicTalking a bit more, when can people expect to maybe learn a bit more about TicTalking?
Well, there will be a soft launch very soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Just announcing that we're coming out. We're going to be opening our gates a little bit, just to invite some people in,
Sure.
to try it out,
Okay.
to get some feedback. It is alpha, and we do need people, and we need people from around the world.
Okay.
It's not just like a North American centric, it's actually, there's a big component which is a huge translation engine. The idea is that it is very limited when you limit demographics and interest based on a culture, because a lot of the dynamics, the social dynamics behind a culture
Sure.
can be very similar, even on seasonalities.
Yeah.
But when you open it to the rest of the world and you break down language barriers, for example,
Sure.
you're really able to connect people that are interested at a particular time in something that is very, very granular. So, for example, poetry of the 17th century.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that's how Yukari would use it.
Exactly.
Right, that's,
Huge
that's
fan.
what I'm passionate about.
And even though someone is like very interested in that and can't find anybody to talk
Right.
about that,
Sure.
if you open it to the rest of the world, there might be someone in Singapore.
You would hope so. There would be somebody out there who would have
Somewhere.
similar
Yeah.
interests
Yeah.
in
How many
the
billion?
world.
Right.
Exactly.
Sorry, that
Um,
reminds me of that story in the Rudolph story. You know, the misfit kid. You know.
I'm gonna have a really puzzled look on my face.
Sorry.
What?
Sorry.
If she finds what the story is, we'll
No,
put the
there's
link
a
in the
little
comments.
elf. Like he didn't fit in because he wanted to be a dentist. Don't you know that?
I'm sorry. Maybe it's I don't have a kid's
I
thing.
know
You
the
should use
people know about
TicTalking.
it.
You should use
There
TicTalking
you
to
go.
find out someone that can help you with that story.
I love that one. Like the little puppet show. Don't you know? Oh my god.
Well, Russell looks like an ass, so I think that's a great way to finish off. That's been the latest episode of Getting Engaged.
Online, in life, and at work.
Uh,
I'm Russel Lolacher,
I'm Yukari Peerless.
and from TicTalking,
Thank you. Thank you for having
Jose
me.
Albis. Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.
Or us having you. And
Yeah.
we're enjoying our time together. See ya!